There we go, 3 seconds. A brand new week in AMC's at 54.35 pre-market. Because if you guys haven't heard the news yet, Aron pulled off the 25 million dilution vote coming up at the end of this month. So he did the exact same thing as the first initial time where we were voting for the 500 mil. So there's a huge difference in the number of shares gonna being voted for to being issued. But that doesn't even matter at this point. He pulled it off again. So this causes AMC to push up to 54 once again, taking us above $50. And like we talked about in last week's video, this is pretty much going to prolong the range we're trading in. We're still in that sideways range. We're above 50. We should have a green day today. I'm not going to lie. We should have a pretty good green day. So look at this rip to 54.48. That's amazing. Morning, Matthew. Are you chicken? Good morning. Oil has been like doing the opposite. Instead of coming down, the prices are going up. Let's see what's on Twitter. What? My Twitter is full of Dogecoin tweets. I don't understand. It's like the algorithm is targeting me. It's like they can hear us talk about Dogecoin all the time. GameStop is still above 200. Look at that strong candle here on AMC. If we can see 58, 59 today and retest 60, that's going to be the best case scenario. That'd be amazing. Usually we've been having some selling pressure on AMC, but as of now we're pushing up to new highs. Let's close above that EMA on the daily today, 78. That's beautiful. I think we should have a pretty good volume day today too. Let's take a look at what the Nasdaq is doing. Are we continuing that streak, man? Because if we do, by Thursday, so 3 more consecutive days, pushing up to 10 straight wins, that'd be history. That'd be history. Didi got slapped. Don't know how I feel about this one. Jim Cramer was pumping this one like crazy too. He said, buy as many shares as you can. And we got cracked down. China extends cybersecurity reviews beyond Diddy. Morning, Pam. Can't believe I'm actually early this morning. You are indeed above 55, 55.05. I like that, Tessa. Pretty much didn't do anything. Not moving too much. Spies was gonna be on watch day. We have the Fed on Wednesday too, but Fed minutes. 55 again. Give us a new high. Let's take a look at the other stocks we were taking a look at before. Clover dropping again, but this one always drops before a push up. That's a pretty aggressive drop, by the way. That's like some news-induced catalyst. I wonder why it's dropping so aggressively. I don't see any news on here. That's a pretty ugly drop. I'm not gonna lie. 11 to 10.50. BlackBerry following AMC's lead. On the way up, pulling back. Here we go. Here comes the pullback. GameStop being a turtle like always. Come on, GameStop. Morning, Sex a lot. Man, Diddy is really getting slapped, huh? Hitter 3 likewise. Yeah, Diddy is under the IPO price. It's below the IPO price. Let's check what's trending on Twitter. Shiba Coin. Interesting. Hashtag Shiba Coin is trending. 1619 project. Not familiar with that. Shiba Swap is trending. No 4K is trending under gaming. I guess there's like this new Nintendo Switch coming out. So we're pulling back on AMC. I hate to see this go red. I don't know why this is aggressively pulling back like this. Oh, what the hell? That's a pretty aggressive candle, I'm not gonna lie. From 54 to 53, this is like a whole dollar move on this candle. We usually don't see that on AMC too much, but it's probably like all these overnight swingers taking profits. Some people who are probably stuck in and bought at 55 and they get the chance to like get out. They're probably selling now. Here come the dip buyers buying the dip, baby. Look at that. From 53.10 all the way to 53.80. That's volatility right there. That's something you want. Emron is, yes, Emron, we were talking about that last week. Around 20 bucks, right? And it kept on going higher. Oh my gosh, I hit 28 pre-market. Wow. Just wow, man. That was a stock that had the ridiculous short interest. Let's pull up Ortex. It had like 180%, right? Something around there. Let's first pull up AMC. Let's see what it's showing us. What is Ortex telling us? Short interest for AMC is 18.35%. Still around the same levels. 18%. Morning, Jan. I got in at 13. That's a nice price. Are you going to take in some profits there or no? Or are you going to keep on holding? You're looking for 50. So we're right at pre-market levels for AMC. Emron is showing 195. So this actually went up like 10%, by the way. Take a look at this. 195% for Emron. I think it went up like 7% or 10%. So they're really hoping on this coming down. No wonder we've been seeing those pre-market spikes like that. That's more than GameStop at that point. GameStop was what, 155%, 160? I literally, Twitter, I just see Doge all over it. Look at this. Where does this come from? Dogecoin. Dogecoin. Like, stop suggesting me Dogecoin. Look, no drama, just Doge. Hey Tesla, it's time to accept Dogecoin. I hate dog coins that aren't Dogecoins. Twitter algorithm is, they hear us. It's speaking to me. They demolished that building in Florida, by the way. Who's watching the live stream? Surfside. I can't short Emron on E-Trade, probably because there is no shares to short. Spies pulling back. The VIX is probably getting slapped under 15. Now it's actually gapping up. 1580. Ford, yeah, I forgot about Ford stock. This 1 hour on Tesla's looking pretty weird. It's just kind of sideways here. Ford's dropping. Apple has been going nuts. Look at the daily chart on Apple. And then we have the new iPhone coming out in a couple months. Neo just absolutely ripping. Pretty interesting because usually it follows Tesla and Tesla's not doing that. AMC still at 54. Not too bad. We should be green today. I do not want this to close red. Clovis tanking still? It's still falling? Oh, wow. I mean, what else can you expect? This was all just a volume hype stock. There wasn't really anything holding or behind this stock. I mean, GameStop and AMC are like the only ones that are holding these ridiculous levels. That's it. No other stock has proven itself. I mean, usually you think in terms of three, right? GameStop, AMC, and there's probably another stock that can probably hold the levels. Can it be Emron? Maybe. It's coming up. But as for Clover, I think the story's done. So I think even AIM or Adam Aron tweeted over the weekend saying that he was going to be streaming the UFC fights at certain AMC theater locations. I think there's like 75 locations. Let me check that really quick. July 10, 95 UMC US AMC theaters. Tickets only $25 or $70 on the pay-per-view. But I don't know how I feel like I don't know. At an AMC, I feel like you should just stick with movies. I mean, because you're competing against like these sports bars too. So many AMC bad bug pictures this weekend from AMC seats. Really? I mean, usually when they say they're like really they focus on being like sanitary. I mean, you start to think about like airlines, and when I went to Texas, that it was not clean at all. Like really disappointing, by the way. The seats were not clean on Delta. And usually what they promote is like, oh, we're cleaning and blah blah blah, and they show you a little commercial before it takes off that they're taking extra measures and extra steps, and it doesn't look like it. It does not look like it. So that sounds kind of believable. AMC's actually pulling back here. I thought the selling pressure we saw on Friday, which is pretty ugly, that would go away. But as of now, we're kind of pre-market levels here. So let's wait and see. No way do they have time to clean them, just hype. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, imagine going in there and individually cleaning every single seat before the next flight. Like, oh no. What's going on with Triple Q's ETF? New high? Yeah, SPY. If we go for, I don't know, we'll see a green day today. We're actually red. But if we can reverse today, green. Wednesday, green. Thursday, green. That's 10 green consecutive days. I think that's history for SPY. Come on, AMC. 53? Look at that support here at 53. That's nuts. There was a massive support wall there. I'd be surprised if it cracks 53. Hmm. 52.74. I was taking a look at the AMC pattern on the 1 hour, and what I noticed was obviously bigger picture we're still trading in this range sideways, but just looking off the highs of 64.96, call it 65. If we extend this pennant to the right, we're still kind of seeing resistance on this downtrend, which is not the best sign. I mean, we usually want to be trading above the resistance, but we're still kind of sideways on this bigger picture frame above $50. And like I mentioned before, I think us pulling back to 47 is just gonna prolong this. It's just gonna make it a longer squeeze. We're just gonna have to wait more. What's going on with Bitcoin? Let's take a look. Binance. 34K. I feel like I've been seeing 34K for some time now. The 10-year treasury hits 1.39. No way. Yup. 1.39. This is getting wrecked. Damn, people are really buying them bonds, huh? Bitcoin sideways for ages. Yeah, Bitcoin's trading sideways too. Bitcoin's not one that's safe, by the way. I mean, safe as in like technicals, and I don't think it's in out of the woods yet. Just looking at the daily, Even Michael Burry pointed out the head and shoulders pattern. If you don't see it here, the left shoulder is here at 42. The head's obviously at the high at 65, and you have the right shoulder here at 41, almost 42, same as the left shoulder. So it's trading sideways, but it's gonna make a move, and it has to make a move. I don't know if it's gonna go above 45 again. I think it's more prone to crack under 30, and like we saw 28, the 28 crack on was it like June 22nd. But if we do come back down under 30, it can see 25K and it'll get ugly. But for those of you holding Bitcoin, man, I hope this flies up to 45, but it's not safe just yet, and the price shows it. It's just been trading sideways. It hasn't really made that move we're expecting. AMC 5260s is going to come down to 5250. This test has supports. Usually you have some stop losses there at 5250. That's exactly what we saw there on Friday. It just kept on sinking on these levels, and it starts to question, like, why is it falling that aggressively? And you have to keep in mind, people say stop losses at whole numbers, half dollar marks like 53, 52.50, 50, 100, 101, 101.50, you know? Morning, Kevin. Explain the treasuries. The Fed has been buying bonds. The Fed has been buying a ton. Look, we'll pull up the Fed balance sheet. The Fed balance sheet is updated every Thursday. H.4.1 is what it's called. Let's pull it up. So when they buy the bonds, the yields are going to obviously drop. But they can't do that forever. They can't do that forever. July 1st was the last one. Obviously, it's what is that, Thursday? Yep, Thursday. Well, the Fed on Wednesday. So usually the FOMC minutes is something I don't really pay attention to. But after the last time Powell spoke and, kind of having the hawkish tone, I think more people are going to start to tune in onto Powell, see where the market is going. I think Adam Aron should go on America's Got Talent. Why? Let's pull this up. Look at that increase in U.S. Treasury securities, 5.1 trillion. The balance sheet wasn't. It was under 8 trillion not that long ago. And look at this, it's above 8 trillion, 8.1, and it's still increasing. So this is gonna keep on going for the next probably 2 years. They're probably gonna keep on increasing this. I don't know when they're gonna taper. I'm like tired of playing games and trying to guess when they're gonna be tapering. But the more they buy, the lower these yields are gonna go. That's what's actually the artificial suppressant on these yields. Because if those yields go up, it's game over. It's game over. That the rug's gonna get pulled. 53. We're bouncing here on AMC. That's what we need. GameStop should be doing the same thing right now too. Update. Oh, this is just exactly what he tweeted. There's no update. Securities due. I'm kind of confused. I'm not sure what you mean. A security is just like a stock or like a bond. That's what it means. A security. Like when I say, "Oh, we're gonna trade securities," it could mean like stocks. I'd be really surprised if the SPY hits a new high today. Honestly, that power, that strength, like I don't understand where that like for us to keep hitting new highs in the market, there obviously has to be new demand and new money flowing in the markets. Like that's nuts. Like people are really buying at these highs. I forgot about Virgin Galactic. How's this one doing today? 44. Yeah, this one actually kind of pulled back from Friday too. We had a 59 high here, and we're back to the same levels before that on Thursday. Crazy. I read something, and we haven't had a Black Tuesday. for the spying years. We haven't ever since the Fed has been buying since 2008. That's when the first quantitative easing started. 2008. QE1. I highly recommend. I finished it over the weekend. If you go to Ray Dalio on his principles, and he has a long explanation of the short term and long term debt cycles of the past since history and the entire history, entire humanity, when the dollar was first invented, currencies and how they shifted, the fiat currency, the what Nixon did in 1971, did the same thing that FDR did in 1933. It's the same thing. He explains it all beautifully, and not only for the United States, but he goes and looks into Japan, into Germany, into the world wars, and how the dollar reacted to these world wars in comparison to gold. Highly recommend it. You learn a lot. It's a lot to digest. I'm not gonna lie, but you come out with little nuggets. And I plan to reread it like in a month because every time you reread something, just like when you watch a movie, you learn something new. So always go back to rereading that stuff. So what's the date? I don't know the date, man. If I knew the date, I'd be a billionaire. We'd all be billionaires. I tell everybody, yo, the market's gonna crash this date and short this and this. Same thing as when AMC went up. If I knew AMC was gonna go up, I'd put every single dollar in there, man. So, everyone's a genius in hindsight. I want to capitalize on the crash too, but the markets only go up, and the markets are probably gonna only continue to go up as long as the printer keeps on printing, baby. There is no signs of like, and then this whole inflation transitory. It's like I'm starting to believe it's transitory. And if you think about it, why would the Fed, why would Powell, the chairman himself, come out and publicly say, "Yo, inflation is double digits. We're gonna hit hyperinflation. Prices are gonna go up. Be ready." Why would he spook people? It's all expectations. It's all how you perceive it, and it looks like the market believes Powell. Why would he come out and spook people? It's all a lie. Big L for Tesla. What's going on with Tesla? Oof, 659. GameStop also pulling back. SPY kind of hanging in there, man. It doesn't want to pull back. It looks like it wants to hit new highs. Nasdaq still green though. Is Apple still green? Apple's just Apple's just Apple, man. Look at Apple. It keeps on moving higher. Let's take a look at these other. Microsoft is dumping too. Facebook pulling back. Uh, this just hit a new low. It might be a pretty weird day for the markets. Tesla, what happened? There's like this EV competitor that partnered with Bugatti, by the way, over the weekend. Did you guys hear about that? I saw a headline and then I saw people start talking about, oh, this is the Tesla killer. You know how they've been talking about the Tesla killer. Like, I do believe Tesla's gonna have some competition. There's a lot of EVs in the market right now that won't be alive in the next coming 50, 100 years. They're gonna be gone. I don't know who it might be. Might it be Lordstown? I can't pull up the ticker. There we go. Might it be this company? I don't know. There could be a high chance, but obviously, just looking at the 4 hour on this, you can see the hype just start to just kick in. The reality just kicked in. Ever since that Warren Buffett meeting, the shareholder meeting, with Berkshire, I started to really double think on the EV sector. Neo's still rallying. No, Neo's actually pulling back, giving up the gains. Netflix, Amazon over the weekend, I believe Mr. Bezos actually stepped down. Yep, Jeff Bezos is no longer the Amazon CEO, and the stock is green. They don't like Bezos. AMC, what are you doing, buddy? It looks like it's a pretty weird day for the meme stocks. I kind of want that Tesla share at 650. Yeah, Diddy got clapped over the weekend. They're getting cracked down. But Jim Cramer was actually liking the stock. He said buy as many shares as you can. Hopefully nobody listened. Like when someone says something like that, like buy as many shares, I start to just be like, whoa, like it has to go up. This is going to the moon, and there's no way it could come down. You always want to avoid that extremeness, not just in stocks, but just in life. You don't want to be that person who's always like, I can't be wrong. This is gonna go my way. No, always avoid that. It's trouble. That's literally a cult right there. It's always good to have both sides of the story, both perspectives. Can we see a bounce AMC? This is almost gonna go red. I don't want this to close red. Oh wow. Yep, it was actually. See, Saxela knows exactly what I'm talking about. Warren Buffett pulled up a list of the automakers in 19. Do you remember the year? It was like early 1900s, and he said how many of these companies are still around, and it was like 5% of them. The rest were just gone. And I think that's exactly the same thing we're seeing here. All the EV hype and a lot of these companies won't be here in the next 50 years. Warren's not thinking next year, 2 years from now. He's thinking 50, 100 years from now. By the time he's gone, you know? Never trust someone that promises riches. Absolutely. There's really no get rich overnight. That's all BS. I remember watching that and thinking of you. Emran is still going up. Let's see. What is the name of what you recommended to read over the weekend? I'll pull it up for you because I don't think it has a name. There's like 10 chapters. It's super long. Ray Dalio. Um, what did I put? Let me see. Principles. No, no, no. Ray Dalio. Short term, long term debt cycles. And usually at the end of the long term debt cycles, there's like this new world order. And the last long term, or the last new world order we had was after World War II, when we got reserve currency status as the United States. Where is this? He has it on his LinkedIn as well. 53 bounce. Let's go, baby. Where is this? And it's really mind blowing because here I found it. Because when you start to read what happened in other countries at different times, years and years ago, and you see the principles that he lays out, and you compare it to what's going on right now in the United States, you start to think like, oh crap, you know? Like we're in like the fifth stage of the cycle. Like the next one's already probably gonna be the it's goner, you know? There's gonna be a new world order. It's a long one. Look at this. This is it. So so it's all of this. That's chapter one, two. There's like 10 chapters or 9 chapters, three, four, and there's like two parts for chapter five. Talks about World War II, Hitler, and everything that happened. Even just in World War One and the alliance we had, the Gilded Era. This is it. I'm gonna copy this and paste it into the chat. Buffett does not have cause on Nicola. I don't think we'll be the top dog longer too much. That's exactly what he explains in his analysis. He starts talking about China and how they've been coming up over the last years and how China doesn't really they don't think short term, man. They're thinking like years ahead. They're not like the United States. Talks about reserve currencies. First it was the Dutch and then it was the British. The Dutch were really the ones who started everything, invented literally capitalism. They had the first publicly traded or the first public company you were able to invest in. It was called like the Dutch East India Company, something like that. They're the first market in Amsterdam, and then they got invaded by France, the British. The British came along, and it was the British who stole reserve currency, and then their financial capital was London. The tulips, that scenario too. He doesn't talk about the tulips, but that's just like like behavioral finance at that point. Like it starts to look at how really irrational people can be in the markets, how irrational they can be. And then after the British fell after right around World War I is when they started declining a lot of debts. And you look at the cycles, the debt cycles they have, and the principles, and you compare it now, and it's just like wow, like we're literally at the end of that bubble. And then U.S. came along after World War II, reserve currency status. We had the world's strongest military. We had a lot of we were responsible for like 50% of the production globally. We had 2/3 of the world's gold, and we had the reserve currency. And then here we are today. And then of course, where's our financial capital, baby? Appreciate that, Wilson. The first official issue of tradable shares took place in Amsterdam. There you go. Yeah, it was Amsterdam. Amsterdam literally invented capitalism. It was in Amsterdam that was their financial capital, and it was the Dutch. Can you find that? It was like the Dutch East India Company, I think it was called. The VOC issues shares to finance its overseas trading activities. Yes, 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 yes. And he explains that all in his analysis. So it's always great to like know these things and learn these things. He talks about Hitler, how he came along in Germany, and just speaking like from a financial perspective, what Hitler did to Germany was mind blowing. He flipped Germany upside down in a good way. Come on, AMC, you're still at 5280. Where's that reversal at? I pulled up GameStop. Something like that. Stacks a lot. It's pretty easy to turn on the comment when you sees everything. He had like the banks buy all the bonds too. He forced them to buy bonds. So Hitler kind of proves that if as a country you're able to borrow debt and use it for productive means like he did, I mean, you can have a pretty good economy, and that's what he showed. I think he even had Volkswagen. He went to Volkswagen himself and said, "I need an economic car for everybody. I need an affordable car for everybody." ISM. All right, there's that rebound on AMC. 52.93. We're headed back to 53. The 5-minute EMA is at 53.14. It's nice to see a bounce. He loved Volkswagen, the people's car. Yeah, and he made it possible. He made it happen. There's that 53 push. Now we just need to hold it by 53. GameStop needs a 200 push, man. We're under 200 on GameStop. What's going on, Gardenom? Oh, Spy's actually pulling back. Is this streak broken here? We were up 7 days in a row for Spy, guys. New highs after new highs after new highs after new highs. Damn it, AMC. Streaming this on the PS4. What did Aron do now? He did the same thing as last time. He pulled off the vote for the 25 million shares. So I think what happened was literally the same thing. His proxy advisors told him, Adam Aron, We're not gonna get the votes for this. Adam Aron also himself saw all the tweets, all the replies from the AMC holders saying we're not gonna vote in favor for this. So he probably did the same thing again. He pulled it off. It's like he's stubborn. No one's gonna vote for dilution when you're talking about a squeeze. After what you've done, after the dilution we've been through on this, no one's gonna vote yes. I don't know where he thinks that people are gonna vote yes. And it's a good thing for the company, absolutely. But when you're playing a squeeze, it's I don't know. It's not a good thing when you're playing for a squeeze. But for his perspective, he's thinking more money, more capital for the company, and hopefully the coronavirus doesn't come back. This new Delta variant goes away, and everything's lovely, and we open up and life's back to normal. But in the case where it comes back and people and businesses have to close again and be at home, they at least have some cash to go through that. They got moved to OTC. No, you're right. Penny stock it is. Penny stock land. Trust Bam. Is that the Bam investor guy? Is that what you mean by that? Trust Bam. Poor Diddy, man. Poor. I feel bad for the people who bought this on Friday. It's like you can't. This is why I don't. Or yeah, Friday. Swing trading is so risky because of this. I mean, you're kind of just stuck in here to a pre-market. Came down to $10. He was hyping up GTT. I follow the Bam guy on Twitter just to see where he's talking about, to see his insights. Fung, yeah, the 10-year 1.35. It's really insane. I mean, tech should be just rallying right now. Yep, new high on tech on the Nasdaq. Tesla's still down here though. Wow, this is nuts. This is so hype. This is like really, really bullish for stocks. You guys don't understand. Why are these? I mean, Nasdaq is just ripping. Look at this. I don't understand why these other stocks aren't following. And oil is doing the opposite. We should be coming down. I mean, what did we hit a barrel? 76. Gold has been hitting 3 week highs, I believe. Gold too has been going up. Bam said he's adding on that GGTN dip. Yeah, the vibrations guy. Can't stop looking at that 10-year. We're still at $53 for AMC. We had that 55 push, but the keys for today are holding support at 53. I do not want to see 50 again. GameStop new low. What gives, man? 195. Apple 142. Yeah, Apple came off a 143 high. Just looking at this stock on the daily, this is nuts. Buffett is making a killing off of his Apple. If GameStop drops to 180, then I'm done getting out and never coming back. I mean, At this point, it's just I don't know what's holding this down under EMA. I mean, look at this. It's hitting new lows. 195. I mean, but if you look at the swings we've been having ever since GameStop has been, aggressively dropping, it's been followed by some pretty aggressive rips too on the way up. So that's what I'm hoping for, and I haven't seen that. A War Guard, yeah, I kind of peeped that out here. New facility in Reno, Nevada, and we're still dropping. Blackberry coming down too. Clover kind of trying to bounce back up after this pretty steep drop we had on market open. Increased plan is clearly signaling yet that the company stock now belongs to the Planet of the Apes. Aron is the least little meme stock CEO when it comes to his thirst for the approval of retail investors. What kind of wording is this? Adam Aron is making it crystal clear that he knows who is buttering his popcorn these days. Morning, William. The Doge man. The Twitter algorithm is spamming me with Doge tweets, even though I don't follow those people. It's just recommending me Doge and Doge and Doge. We are in the midst of a sports bonanza. NBA Finals tip off tonight. Really today? Is it what the Suns and Bucks? Who's gonna win, baby? Suns or Bucks? We also have the semifinals of the Euros are today and tomorrow. The Stanley Cup is going to Game 5. Wimbledon continues throughout the week. National Spelling Bee is definitely a sport, and the final will be televised Thursday. 52 still for AMC, man. It's a patience one on this one. Yeah, but I think what we were kind of expecting is usually when you have some news catalyst, and we've seen this in the past with GameStop, was that the stock would go up. It would just start flying up with any little positive news catalyst, and that's not there right now. We're not seeing that. Even with like AMC today, I think this is a pretty bullish move in terms of a short squeeze, but I mean, we're still green, but we're not seeing that aggressive move just yet, like we were hoping for. I love how yes, I'm kind of happy you noticed that exports. I love how oops it moved. I love how tons of other random low flow stocks on the Nasdaq are having mini squeezes, almost like they are tempting us to jump on them. That and the fact that I think a lot of people were short the market before the Fed meeting. Like even I even had VIX calls. So I think some people were probably shorting the markets and they were trying to time the top before the reversal, and you just get completely wrecked. I mean, just look at Apple and look at the Nasdaq and the SPY hitting new highs. It's like, at what point does that inflow of new money stop? Because when you're hitting new highs, there's obviously I think less people that are going to be buying these new highs. So I think a lot of it has to do with the squeezes in the market we're seeing right now. Hey Rob, side note, rented a Huracan in Vegas last week for the birthday. Um, Holy moly, that car is awesome. It's a nice car. Was it the Evo? I'm pretty sure you got the Evo. Happy belated birthday, by the way. Dude, War God. If it was an Evo, yeah, those things are fast. 2020 Evo, yeah, I kind of figured. I had another boy who rented this, probably the same one. Was it orange? It was an orange one. Then it was probably the same one from the same company. An orange Evo. Kind of have an idea. How much did that cost you? Probably cost no more than 1,500 a day. Bright Red, Royalty Exotics. Yeah, they're really popular. They have a big YouTube channel, by the way. Royalty Exotics. They have Bugattis and whatnot. Come on, AMC 5250. Damn, Tesla never came down under 657. This drop was pretty steep. I'm not gonna lie. For it being Tesla, this is pretty steep. Thanks, Ralph. I would pay 1,500 for a 24-hour rental. Keep in mind, it's not unlimited miles, by the way. That's the sucky part. It's not unlimited miles. I think hedge funds are and banks are just shifting their positions since they can't park their money in crypto and reverse repos have their limits. Maybe they can just maybe they just parking in blue chips. That can be as well, but I mean the recent articles I've read is that these banks are sitting on a lot of cash, a lot of money. Nvidia is still, I forgot about Nvidia. Did they have the split? Not yet, right? Is it on the 22nd? This is still hitting new highs. This is nuts. Look at the daily on Nvidia. I mean, at 700, you'd probably think there might be a pullback, but oh wow. Oh wow, how's AMD doing too? 95? Still right under 100 too. Oops, Apple's pulling back. Should we short the Apple? Should we short Apple stock? You said the Huracan is better than the Aventador, and they said the same thing there. Yeah, it's yeah. Usually the Aventador is usually twice the price. So with the Huracan, you're looking at like 200K, and for an Aventador, you're looking at like depending on the model, 400K maybe 350. But it's so annoying. That car's annoying. It's way larger, and it's just a process to drive it. Like you, especially like in LA, where the streets are all messed up and there's potholes everywhere, and it's annoying. You have to lift the car. It's just the Huracan's better. It's a smaller car. It sounds better. It's obviously not faster, but it's a better drive, honestly. It's a better experience. 5228 for AMC. Can we hold 52, man? This better not go red, man. We have a pretty good catalyst, but even for GameStop, we had an amazing catalyst. And it's teetering at the lows here. Yeah, yeah, the earnings is here. Earnings season, baby. 100-mile radius unlimited, but only 100-mile radius. Yeah, out here is just 100 miles because you know people would take them. I mean that's smart too, the 100-mile radius, because you can't really go too far. I mean in Vegas, out in LA. I mean, you people take these cars to San Diego and they'll probably take it to Mexico. I don't know. Take it to Vegas. I do not want to see that pressure we had on Friday. I don't want to repeat that again. This was pretty ugly. You don't put GPS on y'all? Yes. Why wouldn't I? I have trackers and everything. Still at 52. That's a double bottom here on AMC. So we're just waiting for a bounce. Come on, hold, hold, hold. Don't sell off. See, Ben gets it. Ben gets it. You could just terminate the car. So Adam Aron is issuing more shares. No, nope. He removed it. He removed it from the vote at the end of the month. So it's gone. No more dilution. There's that bounce, man. It held 52.64 bounce. So there's some obviously some demand here at $52. This was after I was on Friday level 52. So let's wait for the reversal. Here it comes, that 5-minute test at 52.80. We should be seeing a nice pop here. Yeah, there's that bounce we were waiting for. Man, I was like, is it gonna crack 52? But nope, there's that bounce. So let's wait and see if it holds 52. GameStop is also seeing a nice bounce here. I don't want it to trade under 200, primarily because I don't want 200 to be a resistance level. I don't want it to struggle to break 200. I mean, we're just above 200 for quite some time, so that's the last thing you want is some resistance at 200. So we're probably gonna end it here. I know you guys don't like that. I forget it's Tuesday. It's not Monday. It's Tuesday. So we have a short week this week, but nonetheless an important one because the market's gonna hit new highs. We have the Fed minutes on Wednesday, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what other news catalysts come about because surprisingly, we weren't really expecting that dilution to be pulled off, but it's no surprise. So hopefully you guys have an amazing rest of your morning, evening. I'll plug in the free Discord. I'm always in the free Discord. And with that being said, I know you guys like that. With that being said, Joski's, you're always coming when we end it too. Um, if you guys are new, I appreciate a thumbs up on the video. It really helps telling YouTube we ain't going anywhere. And a subscribe because we go live every single day. And with that being said, GG's everybody. Those are the key levels here. I don't have my alert on Tesla. If it does come down under 657, I'll probably be trading that stock. Stay hydrated, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll see you guys tomorrow.